Okay, hopefully you guys can see what's going on, but I'm about to make some of my homemade vanilla, and I had a couple requests for how I do it, so I'm gonna show you how I do it. The only things that you need are vodka, bourbon, and vanilla beans. I get these on Amazon. I'll link them down below. It's a sample pack. You're supposed to be able to tell the difference between flavors, between Tahitian and Madagascar and whatever. But I can't tell the difference, so I just get the little sample pack and then I just mix and match as I go. You're also going to need something to put them in. And I usually store mine in this dark container because you want it to be dark, a dark brown color once it's done, you know, hibernating, just because it keeps it fresher. I don't know if you can see in there, but I've got all of my other beans in there, and I'm getting to the bottom. This is the first one I've gone through. I think there's like 12 beans in here. So let's open our liquor. I don't get the expensive kind. I mean, you can get whatever kind you want. This is just, I think, like a $12 bottle. I don't even know what brand this is. And then bourbon. Now you can either use one or the other, or you can mix them. But I'm going to show you how to do it both ways so you can make your own life decisions. Okay, so the first one I'm just going to put in my butt rub mason jar. I can't get this thing off, but we had a meat rub in here. We named it butt rub. But anyway, you just pour your vodka in, and you want to get it almost to the top. We're playing bartender. So it's almost to the top. Boop, boop. And then do the same thing with the bourbon. You want to use whiskey, some kind of dark liquor. Alright, so there's that one. Woo! Okay. Doop! It smells like sin in here. Alright, so now I'm just going to open up all of my beans. These smell so good. If you do not use all of your beans, you need to put them in another container and seal them again because they go bad really fast if they're not well sealed. Oh, they smell so good. I wish you could smell them. They smell so good. Alright, so here's our plate of vanilla beans. And you know, you can use a cutting board. I just didn't feel like pulling one out. And all you're going to do is you're going to cut them in half. So they're in two little pieces. And then you're going to slice it lengthwise. Alright, so when you open it, I don't know if you can see, but it has all these yummy beans in there. It just smells so good. I'm just going to scrape it down just a little bit with my knife. And we'll do the vodka first. And then I just drop the bean in the vodka. Boop. And I'm going to do the same thing. Slice in half, slice longwise, loosen the beans and drop in. So I'm just going to do that really fast. Look at that beanie goodness. Oh, it's just so yummy. Look at those beautiful beans. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so now we have all of our beans cut in half, sliced open, and you can see some of the beans sort of floating in there on the top. That's good. And then I just give it a stir just to kind of loosen up anything that might be going on in there, and then I scrape down the sides. You want those beans to be just floating around in there like crazy. That's what's going to make the vanilla extract flavor. And then I just put a lid on it. Boop. Done. And then you're going to do the same exact thing with the bourbon. Okay, so here's the finished bourbon one. I'm going to give it a stir. And I'm probably going to go ahead and do the rest of the other vanilla beans and just split them between these two, just because I don't really want to store them any longer. So I'm going to do that real quick. If you have a particularly thin or tough bean, I just kind of squeeze them a little bit to loosen them up. And then just chop it in half the best that you can. It'll open up more as it sits in the extract, so it's not like dire that you have every single one completely split, just as long as it gets a pretty good split in it. And then even if you can't quite get to the beans, they're going to soak in that liquid and you'll get them out eventually. Okay, so now that we have both of them done, I'm just going to put my lid on and then give them a shake. And then all you do is take these and store them in a dark place, so under your sink, in a cabinet, in your pantry, wherever, somewhere dark. for about 30 days. Now, the more beans you have in here and the longer you let it sit, the more dark and intense it's going to be. But that's why I do 2 different flavors, because then I mix them together and then you get like double the goodness. Once these have sat, and I usually go by the vodka, like when the vodka is dark, then I know it's done. I just mix them together and put them in one giant container, and I keep the beans in there so that even though I'm not using it right away, it's continuing to like get stronger and stronger as it sits. So that's how I make my vanilla extract. Let me know down below if you have any questions, and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.